friends. It's so good to see you again. I've been feeling a little out of whack and upset about this whole coronavirus thing. Have you?
Yeah.
You know, it's completely understandable to feel overwhelmed, confused, scared, sad, or even a little angry about it. Life has changed pretty drastically. Practicing this method of breathing called box breathing or square breathing. You inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold for 4 counts. And you can envision this box as you're doing your breathing and your holding. What this method of breathing does is it calms the nervous system and it enhances performance and concentration. Would you practice box breathing with me for 1 whole minute together? You will? Thank you kindly. This is my friend, the barrel cactus. I call her Cacti. She'll be guiding us through our boxed breathing. So sit up nice and tall in your seat, shut your eyes, and let's begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, and if you get lost, you can open your eyes and Cacti will guide your way. When I am in a calm and centered place, I can better understand the direction that will take me towards happiness. Civility. That's what we left off on last time, and I think it's high time that we dive in. I'm trying to brainstorm ways that I can be more civil. By listening to different points of views. I sure am grateful for Penny, because she showed me this nifty new gadget called a cell phone. Do you know what a cell phone is?
Yeah.
Well, sure took me by surprise. We had nothing like this back in my day. And she told me that I can connect with others that aren't here in the physical by utilizing an app called Speed.
Zoom.
That's right, Zoom.
It seems like every day it's coronavirus this, COVID that. I think it's high time we talk to an actual nurse who has inside information about what's going on in a hospital. Her name's Alicia, and she has wonderful information to share with us all. Alicia, welcome to my Zoom chat. I've never done this before.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for extending your knowledge to us all.
Anytime.
What happens when someone with COVID-19 is admitted into the hospital?
You come into the hospital and we kind of determine how sick you are. and we can put you into a variety of different situations. But essentially, what we're doing is supporting your body to help itself, cure the virus. Basically, a virus cannot be treated with antibiotics or anything like that. So we basically give you, vitamins, minerals, fluids, oxygen, things like that. And every once in a while, additional bacteria and things creep in, and we can treat that. But ultimately, it's up to the body to heal itself. So if someone gets really sick, they come up to me in the ICU. We've got all kinds of big, scary machines that actually do a lot of helping and help the body breathe and help your blood pump a little better and hope that we can get you out of there, back home.
What things do healthcare staff do to help patients and families deal with the emotional stress and isolation that is due to COVID?
When people were really, really sick or even dying, we were barely allowed to have any visitors. So what we would do is we have, iPads or tablets, our personal phones. We have FaceTiming or, Zoom calls kind of like this. And the healthcare providers like myself and other therapists and physicians, we work really hard to be there for the patients and kind of be their people. They're in the hospital for months at a time sometimes. So we try our best to be their support system. It's not the same as family, but we really try our best to kind of help them feel supported along the way. And I know it's scary. We've got all our big gear on. So some people put like pictures outside to kind of show what's underneath, that we're just like people and we just look a little scarier. And ultimately, we try to keep our spirits high.
What things would you like to share with my friends?
Taking care of yourself, first and foremost, making sure you're keeping yourself healthy, eating well, exercising, and taking care of your mental health. I think this year is one of the best unfortunate reminders that mental health can really take a huge toll on us, and it can end up causing physical tolls, making us feel sick. So talking about times when we're scared or upset or angry, it's normal to feel those ways, and to talk about that's healthy. And I think playing outside with family or things that we know when are safe, that's always a good idea. Keeping in touch with friends over the phone and just doing our best to keep each other safe. I know it kind of stinks having to, cancel plans and, not being able to hang out with our friends all the time. Obviously, that's no fun. But knowing that you're keeping your neighbor safe and knowing that it's possible that you yourself could be sick and not even know it. Young people most likely won't get too sick, but they might be carriers and could make someone else really sick. So washing your hands, don't touch your face, don't touch your nose, your mouth, your eyes. That's where all the germs like to come in from. And when you sneeze into your elbow or your shoulder, and then immediately try to wash your hands. Wearing your mask, all those things I think are being a good neighbor, being a good member of society, and just knowing you're trying your best. No one's perfect, but best is all you can do.
Exactly, doing your part to be civil during this time. What advice do you have for young people out there considering becoming a nurse or a doctor?
We have a pretty special position in healthcare. We're experiencing things with people, and I've experienced things with people that are really special and that no one else might ever experience. You're with people at their lowest points and scariest times, and you're there to support them and help them get better and ultimately try to save a life if you can. I think it's pretty special. It's a lot of hard work, lots of studying, but in the end, it really pays off.
And what motivated and continues to motivate you as a nurse?
Being an advocate is huge, especially in the ICU. A lot of my patients are having, inabilities to talk because they have breathing tubes in, or they're too sleepy or too sick to be able to talk. And they look to me to be their advocate and be their voice. So having that opportunity to be the voice of someone who's not able to speak for themselves in a time that's pretty intense, I think is a really special opportunity. Requires a lot of, education and understanding of what to do in that time. And I think the hard work will pay off. And I really enjoy that part about it. And I'm actually going back to school for my doctorate. And I'm in school just like your students are online, just like this.
These times are very different than when I was back in the day. We had the schoolhouse. Well, thank you so much, Alicia. It was such a pleasure to meet you and for you to bestow this knowledge upon us. I just feel very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great meeting you.
So good meeting you. Have a great day.
You too.
Did you know this isn't the first pandemic to hit our world? Back in the spring of 1918, right towards the end of World War I ending, the Spanish influenza struck. On November 28, 1918, the Arizona Republican wrote an article that said, "A city of masked faces, a city where friends of long years standing passed each other and did not speak, where the fair and forbidding, the fortunate and the unfortunate, hidden behind the white facial armor, looked and laughed and hurried on. A city as grotesque as a masked carnival." Gosh, that sounds a little bland. I mean, I don't think that wearing your mask when it's the civil thing to do equates to a grotesque masked carnival. In fact, let's go somewhere where we can see civility in action. Let's go to the farmer's market. I'm hankering for an apple. Golly gee, I sure do love the farmer's market. Getting to frolic about with Penny, support local farmers, and dance to some live music. That sure is good for what ails ya. Do you like to dance? You do know everyone can dance.
Yay!
I encourage you to go home, put your favorite song on, and move your body. It doesn't matter what you look like. Did you know that moving your body to some good tunes is a form of self-care? Creative expression is very important, and you deserve to do it. This here cemetery is just a little glimpse into the past. And my friend Marty in Goodyear, well, she knows a thing or two about this National Historic Site. Let's listen in, hear what Marty has to say, shall we?
Arizona has a unique little cemetery situated near present-day Litchfield Park called the Goodyear Farm Cemetery. Most of the graves are so weathered by time you can't even tell who's buried there. Paul Litchfield of Goodyear Tire and Rubber, who came here from Akron, Ohio to start Goodyear Farms in 1917, provided room and board to migrant workers from Mexico. Most of the workers labored in cotton fields, which back then cotton was used for making tires. It connects to one of the 5 C's of Arizona, which is cotton. The Spanish influenza, I think it was 1918, decimated the population of migrant workers in the cotton fields. It was an absolute tragedy. Mr. Litchfield provided land for the Goodyear Farm Cemetery. The Spanish influenza was very similar to what is happening with COVID-19, showing us how history repeats itself. Mr. Litchfield showed us that during a hard time it is important to treat each other with civility.
All this has me thinking about Mr. Dan Burke over at Gettle and the safety precautions that Gettle has taken to keep their employees safe during COVID-19. I think we best revisit this memory.
With the viruses, the company has installed UV emitters in every single employee's home and also in every one of our facilities so that it purifies our air that we're breathing right now. We help people and we answer the call when it's really, really hot and person might be returning home with some sickness or maybe even from a hospital visit. And our technicians go the extra mile to help them get some air conditioning in their homes.
Golly gee, we sure did learn a lot about health and wellness, pandemics, and civility. I know that I will be more mindful to take greater care of myself during these times by washing my hands for 20 seconds at a time with warm water and some soap. I will practice my self-care acts that we talked about, like dancing and the boxed breathing. You know what? We are all in this together. Every state and every country. This affects all of humanity. So I think it's important that we always come back to our golden compass to navigate through these uncharted waters. Kindness, empathy, respect, and civility. Howdy, Penny.
Oh, Goldie!
I baked you an apple pie with the apples we got at the farmer's market as a token of our friendship.
Goldie, what a kind gesture that is! Why don't you sit down and share it with me?
You bet your bottom dollar I will. I encourage you to make something and gift it to a friend.
But what if someone doesn't know how to make an apple pie?
Well, it doesn't have to be an apple pie. It could be a letter, a song, a dance. You can get creative with it.
I like that. Well, and always remember, if someone gives you a gift, please express appreciation, no matter how small or delicious it is.
Remember that thank you. They are golden words.
Thank you, Goldie.
You're welcome, Penny. My friend Marty, she told us that 5 C's of Arizona and that cotton was one of them. I think we best mosey in that direction. Oh, respect. How does respect relate to the 5 C's of Arizona? I reckon we'll find out the next time we see each other. Till then, may your days and nights be laced with life. This has been brought to you by Arizona Golden Rule Educational Experiences.